Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
There is Lee Oswald. He's been shot. He's been shot. Lee Oswald has been shot.
That's one small step for man.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Welcome to the Howdy Boomer Show on the YouTube channel. This is a daily broadcast by baby boomers for baby boomers. Join the Peanut Gallery, become an official member of HowdyBoomy.com, where there's great gifts and ideas for the baby boomer generation. And we're going to be talking daily about things that affect everyday life. Like, we're going to be driving gas cars rather than worried about charging someplace to take half of our life getting there. We're going to be cooking with gas rather than whatever the woke generation wants us to cook with. We're going to be worried about climate change, but unlike John Kerry, who looks like the love child between Secretariat and Jerry Seinfeld, we're going to be letting Mother Nature take care of that. We're going to go back to the days when the good guys were the cops, the bad guys were the criminals. We're going back to the days when if you were born with a penis, you were a male. If you were born with a vagina, you were a female. Every day we're going to be broadcasting ideas that's going to help make America great again. And we're going to be bringing everybody to the forefront to remember what made this country great. In the days of the old laughing, every day we're going to sock it to them.
Sock it to me?
Welcome to the Howdy Boomy Show. Now I can understand why the Democrats, especially in Congress, wanted to go after Donald Trump to make sure he never runs again. That's what this is all about. Because he's not one of them. He is not part of the clique, part of this great establishment, part of the shadow government that we have no idea what's going on. He was an outsider, a businessman who accomplished quite a bit, came in there using the business attitude that he had, surrounded himself with business people, with very, very competent people. And if you remember before COVID, this country was in very, very good shape. We were respected by our allies. Russia wasn't doing a damn thing and the economy was booming. COVID ended that, along with the Democratic machine, along with the establishment. Remember John Kerry? He ran for president of the United States. He, strange-looking gentleman, a horse face, like I always said, if Jerry Seinfeld married Secretariat, John Kerry would be what the kid looked like. Well, now he's our climate czar. What is that? No clue. But he flies around the world. His department has a $16 million budget. He flies around the world in a private jet, leaving a carbon footprint in one trip that you and I wouldn't leave for the rest of our lives. And yet he's exempt from that. He's preaching about climate change. Why? I have no idea. He's probably got money invested in battery stocks or minerals that will be used in electric vehicles. But he's running around the world unchecked because he is not subject to Congress. He's not subject to the American voter. And we know how Joe Biden is. John Kerry makes recommendations, commits billions of our dollars to agreements with countries that who knows how many countries he's already done this with, that we're on a hook for. And he's not answerable to anybody. You remember he was in Vietnam, and I guess he was a hero. He got some medals. And he went to the White House in opposition to the Vietnamese War, threw his medals over the fence onto the White House lawn. Little did people know that those weren't even his medals. They were somebody else's medals. He didn't even have the balls to do that, which shows you what a phony he is, how shallow he is, how anti-American he is. He married a Heinz widow, so he's set for the rest of his life. Doesn't have to worry about where nickel one comes from. So he does what he wants. And he's committing our country to pacts with other countries as far as climate change goes that God knows how much we're going to have to pay. And Joe Biden loves it because he loves using executive orders to bypass Congress. Even Congress realizes This is insanity what they're doing to the oil industry, what they're doing to the American public as far as the cost of energy, which makes everything go up as far as price goes. But that is what this administration is all about. The status quo, the career politicians. Take a look at what's happening at the border. Joe Biden sent down 1,500 troops, and Democrats were complaining. It smacks of Donald Trump. These guys are going to be pushing pencils because there's going to be a surge of migrants into our country. There's 10,000 a day coming in now. There's going to be a surge because that's Title IX is going to exit, and they're going to rush the border. And guess who is supposed to be heading up security and policy at the border? Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris makes Joe Biden look like Einstein. She is vapid. She is useless. She giggles a lot. She can't put a sentence together. And she is the head of our border. Think about that. Think about what kind of administration we have here. How did these people wind up in power? Joe Biden has never had a private sector job in his life. He's all government. He's made a lot of friends, which is why they're hiding the wrongdoings that his family has done. Now, theoretically, Hunter Biden is facing proceedings from a woman who had his child. He wants to prevent the kid from having the Biden name. And finances are going to come out. And they're going to try to find out why China has been paying Biden. They're going to find out why he said 10% goes to the big guy. Wonder who that is. And I guess there's congressional subpoenas going out because now a whistleblower has shown that there's FBI documents that shows that Joe Biden is in a scam, influence peddling scam, while he was vice president of the United States. I wonder what Barack Obama thinks about that. It's a crooked family. Absolutely amazing that what goes on in Washington, D.C. goes on unchecked. And you want to know why? Well, pick up the phone and call your local newspaper editor and ask him what he thinks about it. Ask him why Hunter Biden isn't on the front page, but Donald Trump is. Ask him why we have such inept government, why inflation is so high, because they protect the Democratic Party and Joe Biden in particular. But they're all crooked. It came out today that 5 members of Congress, I believe, maybe it was 6 members, 5 Democrats and 1 Republican, sold stock in a bank that was going belly up and bought stock in J.P. Morgan Chase because they knew that bank was going to be sold to J.P. Morgan Chase and J.P. Morgan was going to make a ton of money. Influence peddling, advanced knowledge, information. They're all crooked. And you and I are sitting here as a result withstanding the brunt of their idiocy. Like nothing ever happens. I can't understand what makes an individual go from a quality person who would watch his budget in his household to what we have now in Washington, D.C. There was a very astute financial gentleman on television yesterday that knows government, that knows finances, that knows deals that have to be made. And he said that this country has not been as divided as we are right now, going back to the Civil War. That's a sad state of affairs. There's a lot of people you can thank for them. There's a lot of people who are responsible for that. Call your newspaper editor. Ask them why they're protecting criminals. Ask them why they don't investigate the criminals that are in this administration or Washington, D.C. They're all trying to protect themselves. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Don't lose faith. We're going to make this country great again. The middle class doesn't protest, but we vote. God bless you. God bless America.
Time frame, images of a generation. We grew up in a simpler time. We sang.
Say, kids, what time is it?
NYC,
We laughed.
Hello, boy.
I can't believe I ate that whole thing.
We cried.
President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
He's been shot. Lee Oswald has been shot.
We fought. We loved. We were attacked.
Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii by air.
Our flag was still there. Now these memories come to life on posters that can be yours today. Go to howdyboomy.com for your copies today. That's howdyboomy.com. howdyboomy.com.